Today, I'm going to talk about collaborative innovation. I would like to take every one of you to grow and expand your comfort zone, from your learning zone to creative zone, and ultimately, we're all going to be in the innovative zone. So how many of you have heard people telling you to get out of your comfort zone while you are doing or engaging in your innovations? How many of you actually like it? I prefer to grow and expand my comfort zone, not to get out of my comfort zone. Because when I feel more comfortable, I can perform better, I can be more creative, and also more innovative. Now, let's look at this lotus flower. I remember when I first saw this flower, it was so beautiful to me. And I asked myself, why and how can this be? Because this flower is actually growing from this muddy pond. I did not see any water stain on it. I did not see any dust on it. I was so curious, I started paying attention to all the surroundings, including its flower, the stem, the leaves, and also water. I feel there's some type of information that can be missing. I don't see the entire picture. I don't quite understand something. Because I feel there's some type of a self-cleaning system that can be inside of this plant. So I want to gain that gap knowledge. What does gap knowledge mean? The gap knowledge is a knowledge that I do not have, but it can be related to other people's expertise. So I share the lotus observation and also the self-cleaning concept with my teammates. Some of them, they start joining me. They are from design, production, and researching area. Because we all have different education background, experience, we start sharing the knowledge from different perspectives. We talk about water repelling and also rolling off the dust. And all of those inputs made us more creative and leading us to have this collaborative innovation with one big word. Are you ready for this big word? It's active superhydrophobic surfaces. Where is this word coming from? It's actually from the lotus flower observation. It's from that gap knowledge we try to learn from that collaborating team. So those are related to that self-cleaning system. So what does this word mean to us? What does this word mean to all of you? To us, it's just like our innovation. But to you, you can think about the application of this innovation can be related to different products in different industries. Imagine if your car has this self-cleaning system like this Lotus, you don't need to wash your car anymore. It's going to be like brand new car all the time. And think about if this application can apply to that high-rise building, then you are not going to see that people washing that big window anymore because it's going to be clean all the time. One of the applications can be related to most of the people here. It's our smartphone. Do you like your phone to be clean, shining, like brand new all the time? So think about it. If one small group like us can come up with one application to improve our smartphone, what about you and I and every one of us working together with our solution-oriented mindset, creative thinking, and collaboration with our cross-functional team and friends? How powerful can this be? Look at a series of a technology wave, like the network technology, the internet, the social media, the camera. Those technologies are already integrated into your smartphone. In the future, We're going to talk about holographics, machine-to-machine learning, artificial intelligence. Those technologies can make your phone even smarter. So, do you feel the power of that collaborative innovation? Do you feel that the power of the diverse cognitive thinking, interaction, and application can be so powerful? It's so incredible? So what are those key elements that can make us more creative and more innovative? I'd like to introduce 3 key elements. The first one is called freedom of learning. The second one is called freedom of collaborating. The third one is freedom of innovating. So what does that mean, freedom of learning? Freedom of learning is unlike what you just read from the book, because you can be limited by that author. And it's unlike what you learn just from the classroom learning, because sometimes you can be limited by the instructor. Today, we are living in the global village. When we wanted to gain that knowledge, we shouldn't be limited by time and space. We shouldn't be restricted by any resources or environment. We can use that technology and that smartphone to help you to reach to any resources, any knowledge, at any time that you want. And this type of freedom of learning can apply for your lifetime. So what is freedom of collaborating? Freedom of collaborating is related to you wanted to gain that gap knowledge. It's a knowledge that you don't have, but it can be from your collaborating team. When we all learn from each other, we can remove our blind spot and lower the boundary. Today, most people, they have a title like attorney, teacher, engineers, business leader, artist, and so on. Those can be related to their primary skill set, their absolute advantage. But a person can be more than that. They can have their secondary skill set, they can have their comparative advantage. So if you and I, and all of us can collaborate it together, we can actually unlock our potential to increase that capabilities. The freedom of collaborating is actually the secret sauce to make us from creative to be more creative. If we all can grow our comfort zone by establishing freedom of learning and freedom of collaborating, we are actually moving that creative zone into that innovative zone. So what does that mean about that freedom of innovating? It's actually related to you and I and our synergy. We use that synergy to transform our collective intelligence into the collective impact. That collective impact is a way to drive our passion and our dreams. Remember, it's not the technology, information, or big data analytics that's going to drive our world. It's actually you and I and all of us, our passion and dream is going to drive and shape our world. And if you and I and everyone, we can collaborate like this, we're going to impact our generations after generations. So what inspires me to be here today is related to 2 aviation pioneers. They are the Wright brothers. They were just 2 bicycle shop mechanics. When they saw that bird was flying, they asked themselves, why? Just like me, when I saw this lotus flower, I asked why. We all try to gain that gap knowledge from the collaborating team. So they invented the world's first airplane. In 1903, on December the 17th, their first flight lasted about 59 seconds and 852 feet. Look at how incredible the aerospace industry is here today, with all the great products process, and services that can benefit the quality of our human life. And we are even talking about going to Mars. So if this can happen to our aerospace industry, it can happen to all of your fields, all of your industries, engineering and non-engineering, it doesn't matter. Finally, I would like to let everyone know, it doesn't matter you have an advanced degree or not. We all have one thing in common. That's 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. So never underestimate yourself or anybody that's surrounding you, because we all can learn anything at any time. We all can learn to grow our comfort zone, to gain that gap knowledge from each other, so you and your team can be the best. Now, innovation starts with you and all of you. Let's collaborate together to innovate and enrich our world.